Hey there, this is the Masked Gamer, Greg, and I am back with a new, cheaper laptop, as you can tell, because the video quality isn't as good, but it's working, I think. It's clear that my table is indeed crooked, as I've always thought it was, because this is a new computer that I've not punched. But we're here, and we are finally going to do the second half of this delve that has been sitting on my table all week. I had to cancel plans to try to keep this thing up so that I could do the second half of this delve for you all, and it cost me $600. So, with that, if you're new to my channel, this is a place for COVID cautious folks to talk about board games. You don't need to be COVID cautious in order to be here, provided there's no minimization, denialism, or harassment of any kind. With that said, I'm obviously here by myself today, so I am going to remove my mask and we're going to dive into this. And I don't remember anything, not a single damn thing about what's going on here because it's been like a week. Huh. Yay, it's been a week. Great. So we're just gonna dive in. Um, great. So it is I don't remember what's happening at all. Oh, yes, we have to do rest phase. Okay, so during rest phase with this, I was going to use both of their fortify abilities, which costs them one heat each, gives them each. I keep watching the screen because I'm just expecting this thing to freeze again after like nightmare that was Wednesday for me. They're each going to get a fortitude, and that's going to put a break and an opening token into the bag. That was the first thing. We were going to do monster rotation 2, which I've already done here because I forgot to undo it. So now where we are in the port district is the Winged Nightmare. We're going to head northeast I think northeast. We're going to head north or northeast into the Merchant District and or the Craftsman District to aim for either the Panzergeist or the Egg Knights for our second combat today. And then we're going to see if we do a campfire tale. We've got one for the last delve. We got one for this delve. We got a 10. I got a crit. I got a 10. And we're going to read this thing. And if it freezes, you know what? Too bad. Okay. I think this is going to be my first time reading this one because usually I get the first one for the Principality of Stone, which has something to do with the giant whale. But today we're going to do Behold the Cave of Berkenog. The Cave of Berkenog. Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay. Then story time, story time, story time. I'm a mess. Yeah, the lighting's not as good. The film's not as good. I hope it doesn't freeze because when I was setting this up, the camera froze, but the computer didn't freeze. We'll see how it goes. All right. The night closes in tight around you, an unwelcome intrusion on your personal space. You need to make camp before the denizens of the principality emerge to hunt. As you begin to fear that no shelter will present itself and you'll have to settle down out in the open, a sudden dip in the landscape reveals an opening, a cavern mouth. The wide entrance is discomforting. Stalactites and stalagmites, I did good with that, stretch to meet each other, a fence of jagged, crumbling, lumpy teeth. Within, the dripping echoes of water can be heard. Most worrying of all, however, are the bones. A graveyard of immense proportions spills forth from the cave mouth, all kinds of beast and human alike present within. The yellowing detritus has been picked clean, and many of the bones show signs of having been gnawed. You hold back, watching the entrance for a little while, in case whatever devoured the sea of corpses shows its face. For an eon, only the wind, the dripping, and your own tight breaths can be heard. Then, movement, a shade bounding forward from within. Its shadow stretches long and it moves with a predatory swiftness, leaping forth into the open air. No, it's just a rabbit. Just a rabbit, just like in Monty Python. Its whiskered nose twitches as it tests the air, its tiny paws scratching, I believe that means, its snout. Then the body deforms, limbs stretching long with pained creaks and gapes, and snaps as it unfolds into something huge, gangled, and utterly monstrous. Nope, You turn tail, and behind you the beast snarls resound hungrily. Lose one curse, so that brings us down to curse zero. We're at threat two, curse zero. Everything's great, and we're gonna start the delve round. So I think I think what's going to happen here is we're just going to explore the rest of the port district so we can say we explored it all, since we're doing pretty good. To the right's a yellow clue, which Stoneface needs, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going, ooh, shoo, 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 shoo. Ooh, so we're going to head to the east. Boop. We're going to gain one time, bringing us up to 9. We're going to gain one threat, bringing us up to 3, which means this thing moves one space. Oh, and I forgot, because I'm still in this cotton picking area. Um, we either gain a threat or random knight loses one passion, one vigor. We're going to go ahead and do the random knight thing because I don't really feel like doing an encounter because I'm tired. So we get a 7 for Stoneface, we get a 2 for Kaelia, we got an 8 for Sanch, and we get a crit for Bianca. So Kaelia loses a health. All right. We get a yellow clue because we have gone to the east. So we're going to give everybody a yellow clue. So now Stoneface needs one green and Sanch needs one blue. We completely forgot to raise our heat by 1 and put the monkey on the exploration deck because I'm tired. So we're just going to do that now. All right, so we're flipping this card and here we go. This is the new place in the district that we are in. I'm going to scan this for numbers that I'm not going to find. Oh no, there's a way to go up to a very, very large space. And otherwise it's a dead end except for a short. But, it is what it is what it is. All right, so we're going to put this over here, finishing off, I believe, the port district. We're going to put another triple Panzer gate on here. Well, I can only ignore single Panzer gates. I can't ignore double Panzer gates, but I could. Isn't there one? Don't one of these people have something that lets me get rid of a hinder? Ah, yes. Our friend Sir Sanj can get rid of that permanently, but it's going to take away an ability to do stuff with BP cards. But I might want to do that. We'll see. But we need to spawn a extra large number 2 over here. Extra large number 2. Extra large number 2. And I'm pretty sure I've been to this space, so maybe I just don't have to do that, but we'll see. All right, and small 6 is where this is going to go to, which is it's somewhere in the Craftsman district up here. So somewhere up there is where this shortcut goes to. We're just going to put that next to it so that we know. Next thing we have to do is our number 3 plus, which is 3 plus 5 is 8, which is a distant rumble. We're performing rotation 1. Okay, so now that means the Ironcast Dead have found their way into this district and we don't want to fight them again. So we'll probably end up taking that shortcut to go somewhere else. Well, I mean, it's still in that district, but at least, yeah, I don't think going up is going to be the wisest choice for us in this scenario here. And then we need to do the exploration. So we're going to look at these 2 cards. We already know there's a curse transfer over there, and then this other one is a Panzergeist possession. Panzergeist possession would go in an active effect area. We would place a generic token on a random direction. If we don't travel in a direction, every night will get heat. I just don't like that one. We're going to put it on the bottom and we're going to do curse transfer, which lets us get 1 curse to lose 1 threat, which we're going to do. Just getting our threat down a little bit more. Boom. So now we get to do a cipher, which is 9, 7, dots. And I definitely do not remember the numbers of my ciphers. Sanch is 37 and Stoneface is 54. So let's start with Staunch's 37. We're going to go 9737. 9737. 9737. Ah, here we go. You remember this neighborhood differently. The plaza, once a jewel of the city, not a place for the gallows. That came after the Aloyd uprising, after the court were all hanged or had fled to other kingdoms, after Cassia went missing. No, you remember a much more lively and relaxing plaza. Cool. One filled with trees and cultivated to be enjoyed. Another's All Father's Mercy. How long ago was that? 10 years? 20 years? There's nothing for you here. All right, let's see if there's something here for Mr. Stoneface, who will be doing 9754. 9754. You do not like it here. The Royal Plaza to the north is a site where countless executions were carried out under King Edelhart's orders. You can feel the dark stain of those deaths hanging in the air like a smell that won't go away, only rotting and getting worse. Even here outside the plaza, the taint will not fade. There's a graveyard nearby, overcrowded with markers. How many of them died needlessly upon the king's whims? You turn away, begging your companions to be gone from this place. There is nothing of value for you here. Wah, wah, wah. All right, so we are going to we're going to take that shortcut. And we can take a shortcut because we have the Rune Stalker here. Now, apparently, every shortcut on the board has a location of the border that it's going through, and that's where you get the clues from. It doesn't really matter here because it's an extra small tile, and I think they're all extra small tiles. I don't really know. There was a whole thing about it, but anywho, we're gonna take this shortcut to small six. Boom. And we can do that because as long as we have the Rune Stalker with us, we can do it. So that's going to happen. We're going to raise our time by 1, bringing us to 10, lower our threat by 1, bringing it to 1. And we're going to flip this card and see where we appear. Boop, 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 boom. Here is where we're teleporting to. I don't know what's on the other side of it. There's a small, large, and a small. We're going to put this up here for now because we really don't know where this is. And, well, I mean, I should know where it is, but I don't remember these things. I don't see any numbers on it, but there probably is numbers on it. And then to the north of that is a small 4, which we're really obviously just not going to care about because our threat is so low. And then to the left is a regular large 2, which is also still in this district that we're going to want to get the heckers out of. And that's going to go all the way up there. And you're going to see my bulb again. Okay, so we've done that. Next thing that we're going to do is the exploration deck. And we have a choice between Rust Cometh and Scouting Party. Okay, so Rust Cometh will be remove a single Panzer Gate from any one district where X is your curse level, which is 1. Then each knight loses that much health. If the effect doesn't trigger, gain 1 curse. The other option is Scouting Party. Resolve an ambush against the monster from your current district. If you achieve success, resolve the crit effect even if you didn't get a crit chance. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to do that ambush. And the reason why is because I didn't like that other card. So let's go ahead and set up an ambush. And this is going to be against the Ironcast Dead, who we fought before. So we've got their little minis up here already. Because they're following us. They're following us wherever we go. So we're going to take these 2 minis for that. We're going to go ahead and zoom our camera in for the encounter. Bum ba dum zooming in for the encounter. And this is an ambush. So we are going to spawn first. Okay, great. Oh, and for the Ironcast Dead, level 2, we need to get a 6+ to hit them. We need to do 3 wounds to hurt them. They're going to do 2 damage to us and swarm, which is kind of nasty. And we will get a scavenge because we will get the automatic crit effect even if we don't get a crit chance. And this is going to give us speed tokens for the start of the next fight, which is not necessarily like the best thing in the world for us, but whatever. So let's roll our dice and see where we spawn. Okay, so we've got 2 single swords here. Kaeya's single sword is going to come here because she'll at least have more options of what to hit. Sancha's single sword will go here. We have a spear for Bianca, which I don't even think I realized she had a spear. She's got a she is going to appear here. And then we have a single chalice for our friend Stoneface. And he's going to appear here because that's the only way that he might get. I think we have every space covered for a possible attack now. And now the monsters will ambush us. So first, our first Ironcast Dead is going to spawn in a sword goblet, and we're going to do this here because we are perfectly okay with our squires taking damage. And then the other one is going to appear in a single sword, which means someone in a single sword space will have to disappear. And that's going to be either that or that. And oh, and what sucks here is we're going to like not be able to do stuff, I feel like. Yeah, she can't. She's not gonna. Oh wait, I did this in the wrong way. Kaea would not have been able to attack any, so we would have spawned out there. That would have been the smart move, and then Kaea would get replaced with this and take 2 damage. 1, 2. Okay. Then Sir Sanch is going to take 2 damage, losing his fortify and 1 more health. That doesn't raise his that does not raise his heat level. And then Stoneface will take 1 damage and 1 health here. That does raise his heat level. And I think that now makes more sense. Great. Um, so we want to make sure that our passions happen, and the one who has the best chance to hit is Sir Sanch. So he's going to go first. He's going to get a passion and attack this brother trucker behind him. And go ahead and roll some dice. So he rolls 1 die, he gets +2. That is a hit. Too bad it doesn't matter that it's not deadly because that ability would have given us the thing anyway. He rolls 2 red dice +1 for himself, and he needs to get 3 wounds. 1, 2, 3 + 1 is 4 from overpower. That is enough to kill that. And that means he gets to put a break in from his overbreak. Oh, he loses 1 heat whenever he attacks, which I forgot. And he gets a reposition 1, which has absolutely no purpose here at all, which is just totally fine. Okay. So then Stoneface goes next. He does not get a plus to hit. Maybe I should have done this in the opposite order. He also is only going to roll 1 to attack. This is his first attack with the stalagmite against an encounter, and he rolled a 1 because of course he rolled a 1. So we're going to re-roll that with a fate, and he rolled a 1 again. So he has full mist. So this gets cleared out of there, but at least he got a passion for it, and we still have Bianca ready to take up the rear. Take it up the rear. She got an 8 to hit, which is enough. She needs to do 3 wounds. She did 5 wounds because our squires are overpowered. Okay, so that was our second wound. And nothing special for that for her. We did 2 wounds. 2 knights gain a temporary positive speed token, and we get to scavenge 1. So we're going to get some more gear at the end of this bell. And what was I saying? We got that, we got that, we got that, we got that. I need the 2 temporary speed tokens, which are definitely going to go on both Sanch and Stoneface because they're both slow anyway. Now, I really do not want to get ambushed by these guys again because I do not need in my life that level of stuff. Oh, no, he attacked first. I just don't need it. So we're going to go ahead and teleport the ambush board off of the map. We're going to go ahead and change our view back to ultra wide. Okay. So that was that. Boom. That was that. Boom. And we've done the exploration phase. We're going to do the story phase, in which there is none. We are going to head to the west. Oh, wait. Nope. I was still in that area when I left that space. So I still had to do that thing where I would have gotten an extra threat or taken a damage. We'll go ahead and take a damage because I didn't know that those things were going to attack me yet. I rolled a bunch of 5s and a 4, so luckily the one I want to get hit is Bianca, and she got hit. All right, so we are going to head west, even though that's not really the. Oh no, that is good. That is good because then Stoneface gets his last green flute. Okay, yeah, we're going to head west. That's 1 threat. That's I'm sorry. That's 1 time. That's 2 threat. How does disjointed movement work for these skeletons that are following me is a question that I have. Destroyed map. Um, sometimes 35 tells you to move an element towards you. It may be hard to determine which way you should move it. Place it on the tile. If it's on a separate piece of the map, place it on the tile. Well, I think it would go through this shortcut because we know those are adjacent. So I'm just going to move it there because whatever. I don't want to deal with it. Great. So that was the 2 threat. We moved west, which is a green clue for everyone involved. Green clue, green clue. Stoneface's investigation is complete if he doesn't die. And then we get a random clue for the other direction, which is going to be south. And south is yellow. So that's going to flip a yellow here. This Sanch's side of the board is much more stacked. I still need a blue clue for Stoneface. Stoneface and Sanch's names are so familiar it makes life difficult. But anyway, here we are. We have found ourselves the All Fathers Church. Okay. So the All Fathers Church, I thought there was a number on here that somebody had found at some point in time, but maybe I was confusing it with a different location because I now can't find the number. If there was a number here before, I can't find it now. Well, here's what it is. All right, so this is going to be like this. Now, I don't know if this is true. That's just the way I'm placing it because, oh, these are actually separate. So this is going to be like that somehow. We have to add a small 3 here, a small 10 here. Oh, gosh, I can't get out of this craftsman district to save my soul. It's just not to save my soul. And then we need a medium 4. Ugh, it's all still craftsman-y. No, I don't want craftsmans. Okay, this is signs of a struggle. We're gonna scavenge 1. So we've got lots of gold coming our way. Gonna add that to our pile there. And then we have to do the exploration deck. We have a Panzer Gate and a Fog Trespass. Fog Trespass, place a deep fog to a random path leading from your location. Panzergate, place a single Panzergate token on a random unlocked path leading from your current location. I'm going to do the Panzergate one just because it's going to be easier for us to deal with right now, and we need to get out of this district. And the random location is going to be west, which is the way I was going to go. So I'm glad I did that because we now have a gate over here. But we do have a key. And I don't think we're going to need another triple key unlock thing. I don't know whether I'm going to use the key or use this to ignore a single Panzer gate. Oh, maybe I'll just flip the Rune Stalker to go through there. Story phase is happening. I don't know of anything I can do at the All Fathers Church. So we are going to start the next delve round. And I'm going to flip the Rune Stalker to ignore this Panzergate and head west. Boom. We're going to get one more time. We're going to get one more threat. So this thing's going to move once, twice. And we are going to get, what is west? Another green clue. Not a blue clue, but a green clue. It's just not working out for Sanj. We're going to flip this over. What do we have here? We have a bunch of stuff, and I see a number. I see a number. I see a number here. Let's see if we can identify any of that. Well, we've only got a few numbers, so probably not. It's really hard to see some of these. The bottom one I definitely cannot recognize. The next one up I cannot recognize. The next one up, I cannot recognize. And the top one, oh, I can see the top one now, but I cannot recognize it. So whatever's on that space, I can't see it, but you can see kind of sort of right there. There's some hidden symbols. Okay, so this is going to go over here. We're going to need a small 2 to the north. Still Craftsman District. A small 8 to the west. Aha! Noble District, a way out. And then a medium 7 to the south. Aha! The Merchant District, also a way out. So let's just go ahead and slide all that up here and do this. But we're going to probably head west unless our southerly direction is going to get us the clues that we need. We do need to do a 4 plus something here. So that is a 4 plus 4 is 8. A distant rumble, perform rotation 1. So now the Panzergeists are back in the Craftsman district. The Egg Knight is to the south, the Winged Nightmare is to the west, and these skeletons are just heading back our way, which is just not great. For me, I don't want to fight them again. And then we have a choice. We can either do Marching to the Silent Drum, which will be another rotation, or a curse transfer. Um, if we do one more rotation, those things are going to be in that district, and we can. No, I don't want to do that. We're going to put the rotation on the bottom. I do not want to be rotating again. We can gain +1 curse to lose threat, vice versa. We're just going to not do any of that because I just don't think we need to, if I'm being quite honest. And south is not blue. So we're going to go north because we're just trying to stay as far away from getting the Ironcast Dead as possible. And these rotations just keep happening to me because, of course, they do. So we're going to go north. Boom. We're going to get a time bringing us to 13. We're going to lose a threat, which means this does come one space closer to us. And we're going to reveal this card. Oh, we can go into the sub kingdom, except I still don't have that blue clue for Sir Sanch, so maybe I'm not going to do that today. This is this. To the left is going to be large 1, which is Noble District. It's probably going to be like that, I guess. And to the right is that, to the right is that. Oh, we have another single Panzer gate there as well. So I guess we're going to end up going back to the right. That's not need any lock. Get a lock. There's a lock. Okay. So that is where we're at. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Exploration. We have the Stonewish tribe and the push of the phalanx. The push of the phalanx is going to make us backtrack 1 space, and I don't love that. So we're going to go ahead and use the Stonewish Shrine. Each knight can gain 2 heat to roll a die and do a thing. If I roll a 10 on that die, I get a chosen clue. We're going to try to get that clue for Sanch. His heat is very high now, but that's okay. Virtue test or an adventure roll. Is that an adventure roll? Can add +2 to the result for another one if that's an adventure roll. Let me see. Is that an adventure roll? What exactly is an adventure roll? Is the question. Oops. Nope, that's not an index. Adventure. Adventure roll. There is no section for adventure roll. Okay. Let's check out the word roll. Nope. Expeditions, travel step, test. What is an adventure roll? Ah, that's the monster. That's the encounters, exploration ciphers, clash phase, test, other rules, adventures. Many adventures will instruct you to perform a test. Okay, I think it has to say a test. No, there are many other. Not all rolls are tests. In fact, may instruct you to roll a d10 and resolve it. That is not a test and cannot be re-rolled. But it is an adventure roll, so I could add +2 to my result if I take another. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I might regret it, but I'm gonna do it. That's gonna add another opening token to the pool, and I'm gonna get a +2 to this die roll. So all I need is an 8 or higher, and I get the clue out. 9. Yes. Boom. Got the clue I wanted. Wah ha 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 ha. So we're gonna lock ourselves in to this district here is what we're gonna do. Cool. We're locking ourselves into this district, and we are going to go into the subterranean deep below. Now, I didn't even bring out the cards for this because I forgot that this was potentially going to happen because I'm so smart. But for us to go into a sub kingdom at the end of the delve round, you may decide to enter the sub kingdom. If you do, place your marker on the sub kingdom tile denoted by the thing. Okay, let me get some these things out. Ooh, 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 ooh. Here's these tokens. Yes. Now, I know I've gone through parts of this area in here before, but I don't remember what. So we're gonna figure it out. So we are currently on, we're going to go to small 14 in the Schwarzreich. So we're going to put our Schwarzreich deck over here. We're going to go down into the Schwarzreich, and here we are. So you'll see these have a completely different art style to them. As usual, I'm going to look to try to find numbers, but I will never find a number on anything. We are going to travel through the Schwarzreich now. So that's going to be exciting. Not that you can really see the different art because of my overhead lights. Well, it is what it is. Okay, so we are starting the next delve round. So we are going to go south to Schwarzreich number 15. Schwarzreich number 15. All that we do is advance time. We do not advance threat or nothing else. We ignore all of the other things. So here is our next Schwarzreich tile. This symbol means we're going to get a consecrated token, which is going to help us. I'm going to talk loud while I walk off to get them because, again, I didn't prepare for this because I'm so smart. These will help us build the Jura Citadel of the Saints, which we did unlock in our campaign. So we're still getting some tools towards that here. Checking for numbers, checking for numbers, checking for numbers, not seeing numbers, putting it on the board, and here we go. Boom, boom, we're in the sub kingdom, we're in the sub kingdom. Okay. We do not draw an exploration card. Oh, when resolving an exploration card, ignore its regular effects and refer to the sub kingdom exploration effect. Now, I think I still look at both of these because I draw two and I choose one to resolve. So it's either going to be the number 1 or the number 4. Number 1 will be resolve an encounter. Number 4 will be each knight gets a chosen clue and get one threat. So we're going to go ahead and take that number 4 for sure. And who's going to get this clue? We're going to go ahead and flip that blue clue for him. We're going to go ahead and give a red clue to you. We're going to give a blue clue to you. We're going to give a green clue to you. So many clues. Great. And what's the other thing? And we gain one threat, bringing us up to 4, meaning this guy, I guess he goes 1, 2. Do encounters follow me down here? I don't think so. Let me see. Um, so you move through the second kingdom, multiple things. Yeah, we're just gonna say that it's kind of following us and it's upstairs right now, is I think the track I'm gonna take. Okay, so next, uh, that is the end of that turn. So we're going to now go to number 16. That is, so we're gonna advance time to 15, and here is number 16. Oh look, it's gonna be another consecrated clue, and there's like a little steam hole thing of steam hole. Ooh, is that? I thought I saw something, but I didn't. I thought I saw something else, but I didn't. I thought I saw numbers. I'm hallucinating now, that's for sure. All right, well, this is going to go here, and we're going to move on to this tile. We get another consecrated token, bringing us up to 2, and we are going to see what comes next, which is These also make the thing go faster, which I like. It's going to be a 3 or a 4. Number 3 is a trap. We don't like that. So we're going to do each knight. We're going to take the 4. Each knight gains a chosen clue and gets a thing. It does not say here. It just says ignore its regular effects. So I think, yeah, I think this is fine. So again, each knight's going to get a chosen clue. We'll get another green for Bianca. We'll get a, it doesn't really matter, but another blue for Sanch. We will get a yellow for Paella. We will get a yellow, sure, why not, for him. And there we go. All right. Oh, and one more threat. Poop. Okay. So now we're going to do our last turn. Maybe we'll get a kingdom adventure out of it. We're going to get one more time. We're going to go to small 17. Here we go. Small 17. Uh-oh. Tension in the air. We sure are getting a kingdom adventure because it's some airy tension. That's going to be here. Coming down. Tension in the air is a kingdom adventure. And these are different in the sub kingdom than they are in the upper kingdom. We got an 87 on that table. Nope, that's the wrong sub kingdom. 87. Stone Men. That sounds terrible. Okay. A garden of petrified souls stands interlocked with each other in a tableau of eternal struggle. One faction of the statues appears to have been guards, while the other, more numerous group is poorly armed and unarmored. Perhaps they were rioting just as the petrification curse rolled through, turning the principality to stone. Yet among them are several squat, cruder statues that you cannot place. Most of the statues within the principality show a striking resemblance towards their living selves, but these almost seem degraded. Stranger still, as you wander through the rows of petrified rioters, you could swear some of these cruder squat statues have moved closer. Each knight is going to test Insight 8 plus. If Sir Ubar is in the party, he will notice a familiar stench. However, he is not in the party, so we will not do that. So each knight needs to do Insight 8 plus, and we need 3 or more successes to do a good thing. All right, so we're going to start with Bianca the Restless. She has failed her first thing, so she's going to take a heat to try again. She has failed her second thing. Okay, we will try for Kaelia next. She has succeeded with a roll of 10. So we're now going to try to make this work for our other 2 knights. Let's start with Sir Sanch, because Sir Sanch has no heat to reroll anything and nothing he can do except get a +1 because his insight is 1. So he needs a 7 or higher. 8. Okay, so that's 2 successes. So now Stoneface has got to try to make this happen. 2 didn't happen. Okay, rolling an extra die. Do I have a thing that lets me do a thing? Oh, I did. Hold on. Oh, I don't have enough. Oh, wait, I do. All right, so we're gonna spend 1 heat to let me get a +2 to this test. That's going to add another opening to our thing here. So now we need a 6. And we got a crit. So that is all 3 successes. Good, because I didn't want to get anything else out of the bag, which I would have had to. You realize what's coming and raise the alarm just in time. The stone-covered first men were counting on taking you by surprise. This must be a scouting party drawn up from the Urbeden tunnels. Erdbaben tunnels. With their ambush recognized, your fellow knights strike first. In mere moments, several of the first men lie dead at your feet, while others flee back into the shadows. All knights get 1 passion. That's excellent, because we're just about to start our encounter in like a clock tick. And our encounter is indeedy going. Oh, wait, we still have to do the exploration deck. Almost forgot. All right, so we have either a 4 or a 2. And we know that 4 gives us an extra clue and another threat, which isn't going to matter to us, so that might be fine. A 2 is resolve a sub-kingdom adventure. Oh, do we want to do another adventure? I think we do. I think we're just going to do another adventure and call it, and before we call it. And this will probably kill us. We got 30. It'll probably kill us, and I'll be like, why did I do that? I'm a stupid head. 30. The Vermery. I think I did this one before with someone else. I don't remember if it was good or not. Probably not. The Vermery. This is terrible. It's fine, actually. Okay. Of all the forges you have trod in these ruins, this is certainly the largest. Cogs and gears line the ceiling, along with the hanging iron chains, each link as big as your fist. Clamps like gigantic manacles rise from the floor. Whatever these were meant to secure must have been massive. As you walk farther into the gloom, your footsteps echo strangely. You swear you hear a rattling sound from somewhere, a thrumming vibration that pulses through the floor. As you seek out its source, the thrum grows louder. Is it because you're getting closer to finding the noise's origin, or is it something awakening down here? You are certain now. It is coming from above. You lift your torch and spot something that chills your blood. Great. A huge steel breastplate hangs above you, run through with holes like a moth eaten sheet. Some things move within, writhing like hungry larvae, chewing their way out of the rotten core of an apple. You have no time to think before they're dropping from the ceiling, coming for you. Each night tests Fortitude 8 plus. Stoneface gets an additional 2 to his roll as the panzer parasites struggle to attach to his flesh. It's not really that important, so we're just going to do the things. We need an 8. That's a crit chance for Bianca, so she's going to have to reshuffle that deck before the next one does their thing. We need an 8 for Sanch. He got a 2. He definitely did not get his thing. We need an 8 for Stoneface, who rolled a 1. So his +2 did nothing. He failed as well. And then Kaelia, our last chance. Everybody's doing terrible here except for Bianca. It's gonna be an interesting start to the Panzergeist fight because that's just gonna be interesting. Ooh, the Panzergeists are coming for us. Panzergeists are coming for us. We have an 8. So Kaea succeeded, Bianca succeeded, nobody else succeeded, and that means we're gonna check this thing out. Everybody who failed, the stinging parasites burrow into your flesh before you can drive them off, lose 1 health, and suffer Bane 1. So that's 1 health for you. 1 vigor, and 1 vigor for you. And they're each going to get a Bane. I'm going to put my Bane tokens. Where do I put them? In the bag. Aha! I found it. Found the Bane token. Here's a Bane token for Stoneface, and here's a Bane token for Sanch. And they're going to be in TRUBLE. We got 0 to 2 successes. A dark rain of chittering nightmares falls through the air around you. They cling to you like ash, digging at your flesh and finding the cracks in your armor. Thread-like appendages try to tunnel under your skin, and your troop is forced to cut a hasty retreat. Gain 1 curse. Oh no. And since we're still under an hour, I am going to read the introduction to the Panzergeist fight before I set it up so we all can see what is coming our way a little bit before that stuff happens. So here is some Panzergeist art. Oh, they look like ghosts. That's because they are. The smith folk of Eisenwald, as they poured their hearts and souls into their forge work, every rivet a prayer, every folded alloy a tale. Small wonder that now, when flesh and bone have long given out, the spirit lingers on the metal, unable to leave, too burdened for the All-Father's promised grace. The ruminations of Esther, chief tinkerer of the scavenger works. While the streets of the principality may be devoid of the living, there are still things that move about in the frost-coated alleys, loose assemblages of armor, tools, and weapons held together by wailing spirits. These specters are all that remains of the many of the citizens of Eisenwald. Their bodies long decayed away. In life, they built shells of iron around themselves through their smithcraft, and now, in death, those shells become cages. The clangor of the shambling figures is echoed by the mournful wails that vibrate from within, ethereal green mist oozing from between the varying pieces. Desperately reaching out to you, hungry for the almost forgotten warmth of a body. Yay, they're gonna possess us, is what's gonna happen. It's true. That is what's going to happen. Anywho, yeah. All right. So that is it for this. I'm going to eat some dinner because it's 7:30. I'm going to set up the clash, and we'll see if I have the energy later to come back in and do it. It's been a very low energy day for me, but I'm glad to be back. I'm glad this camera is working, even though it's not as good as the previous one. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and whatever you do, keep those health bars full, unlike my previous laptop, which is now in the trash. Thank you and have a great day.